Hey, this is John with Two Moose Home Inspections. Welcome to Inspector Insights. This is part number 8 of learning about your well. What we just learned about was the well and all the components inside the house that operate the well. But what happens if your well fails? What that means is that we tested the well and we did a 2-hour-long test and your well was not able to produce an adequate amount of water. Okay, so what is adequate? Well, let's think of it this way. For 2 hours, your well should be able to run without running out of water. I think that's a good starting point. We can get into gallons per minute and a whole bunch of other metrics, but the important thing is that can I get water for 2 hours? And you say, John, I would never have my well on for 2 hours. Okay, well, let's think about a family of 4. I have a family of 4 getting ready for school every morning. And so every morning, mom, dad, 2 kids, they got to get ready for school and work and all that kind of stuff. And so we have dad is going to wake up and brush his teeth, get some water, go to the bathroom, take a shower, and then mom has to do the same thing. And then both the kids have to do the same thing. And then you know what? I forgot to run the dishwasher last night, so we're going to do that. And oh, while I'm gone, let's just get this laundry started. Okay, so we now have 30 minutes of get ready time for each one of those family members, plus some additional water use. So that right there is basically 2 hours of water use every morning. And that's why failing the test isn't a great thing. But let's take a look deeper at the situation and see what we have going on. So this right here is an option that if your well is not able to produce enough water, then what will happen is that we will get something like this installed. And so whenever the water comes in, instead of the water going directly from the filter, then over, let's say, to your water softener, it's probably going to go from the filter, and then it's going to go into this system, and then this system is going to bring it into a water softener or just straight to the tap. So what is happening is that your tanks are going to fill up with water. And so each one of these tanks is going to fill up with water. And so your particular well might only be producing 1 gallon per minute, but your use is 5 gallons per minute. So what this does is that this gives you a 600-gallon buffer that in the morning, whenever everybody's getting ready, that first 2 hours of the day, well, what's going to happen is that now we have 600 gallons that we can easily deplete, and that's not going to be a problem. I think 300 gallons would be adequate for most families. So this is then going to deplete, and throughout the day, as you guys are at work, 1 gallon per minute, this 600-gallon tank is going to fill back up until it is full and ready for you to come home and use as much water as you want at the end of the day. So just because your well failed doesn't actually mean that you're in any kind of serious, situation. Now, there are failures that can occur, such as the well pump not working, and a whole bunch of things with the pump, electronics, piping, all kinds of things. But the reality is that as a home inspector, my objective is to say the well is working as intended or the well is not working as intended. The next step would then be to get a specialist to come out, and that specialist is then going to diagnose, oh, you have bad pipes, you have a bad pump, you have bad electrical, you don't have enough flow. There's a whole bunch of things that it could be. That list can just go on and on and on. But as the home inspector, I will find whether or not the pump is on the day of the inspection working the way that we intended. Is that a guarantee that the well is going to work perfectly fine into the future? No. The well could just like that. It could be done, broken, ruined, and we have to replace the entire system tomorrow, the next day, a month from now, 10 years from now, 30 years from now, the well could go bad. There's no way of knowing when it'll go bad, but the important thing is on the day of the inspection, it was or was not working. Then the seller and you can figure out who's going to pay for making the well work properly. So the first step is figure out, is the well working properly? Is the well not working properly? And then from there, we are going to get a specialist, and that specialist is then going to tell us what the real issue is. And then with the help of your realtor, you are going to negotiate between you and the seller to figure out who it is that is going to make the repair on this particular well. The next thing we're going to get into is how we test and how other companies test and what's better.